Hey Joe, I wanted to just chat to you about your new aquaponics system that you're putting in.
Yes, welcome. Please
Hey?
come and have a look.
So we've spent the last 2 weeks finishing what's taken you a few months of preparation. Do you want to tell us about it? How the journey began for you? Where you think where it's been frustrating maybe?
Where do I start? I initially got interested in aquaponics just by being curious.
Come around here. Let's try to get a bit of light.
Initially into aquaponics just out of curiosity. Got into it, and I think the more I got into it, the more I realized, wow, this is the future of farming. It's sustainable. You've got your fish, you've got your vegetables, which hopefully you guys will be able to see as well. But yeah, when I got into it, I hadn't realized what actually goes into it. So there's a whole science behind it, there's a methodology behind it, and you don't get all that knowledge just by watching YouTube videos or reading about it. What I needed was just proper training to equip me with the skills to be able to take on the challenge myself.
Yeah. And we often have people come along and they say to us they'd like a manual, they'd like a kit, and they want a DIY. What do you say to people like that?
I say, good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
You've got to have the training, you've got to mix the theory with the practice. And I think what the training definitely allows you to do is you get the theory, but actually put it into practice. And you only really put it into practice once you're on the ground. But I would strongly recommend the training, going through that before you even purchase the system.
Yes.
There's so much complexity that goes into it around water quality, how to manage the fish, how to manage the vegetables, the pH, a lot of stuff that goes into it.
It's
quite comprehensive.
We call that institutional memory, and we sometimes take that for granted because we've been dealing with it for a long time. But people who are new to the industry often don't have a clue, and they think, well, it's fine. I've been an accountant. I'm sure I can make this work.
Look, I mean, what I say is, I'm actually risk averse by nature. If you are going to invest this amount of money, you need to be sure about what you're doing.
That's right.
And the training, that's what the training does. It gives you that confidence to be able to know that what I'm investing in, does it work? What do I need to do to make it work? And what sort of support system do I have in place in order to make it work? And
Joe, you didn't just do one training course. You did your YouTube stuff, and then you did more training as well. You did our course as well. But what are your comments on that?
I wanted to compare different systems, but obviously what I then found is that I needed a solution for Africa that takes into account all the challenges we have here around energy, how the fish sort of grow in this environment. What I would say, just to round up, is training in the UK is not necessarily applicable to training here in Africa. And that's what Practical Aquaponics course actually provided for me. A local solution.
And it's a proven system. We're not guessing. We've done all the research. So let's just take a quick look at what have you got here. Can you run us through what you've got?
Okay, we've got 2 fish tanks.
Okay.
All right. We've got some air pumps pumping in oxygen.
And these fish tanks are 2,200 litre odd fish tanks, designed to be stackable, fit into one another, come with a cone-shaped base and a cone on which they stand, so they're easy to install and also easy to move and reposition. We've left a space in here for expansion and an additional tank for future, but we have all our tanks built in South Africa by Jojo. All of the materials are food grade, lead free, virgin, first generation, UV stabilized plastic. Has to be food grade. So that's the first thing. So we've got 2 fish tanks here, water flowing in. No fish at the moment, because the system biology is still establishing, but water is flowing, air is absolutely beautifully bubbling. We've got brilliant air coming through in the system. Everything's working fine. And then where does the water go from there, Joe?
So the water from the fish goes into the sump.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. And then we've got here, what have we got down here?
So this is a sump that we pump sort of oxygen into.
That's right.
Keep it simply. And then that then goes up to the media tank.
Fantastic. And we've got pH management, manual pH management for the system on the side here. So that also allows us to atomize and break down the solids. Double sump, dual sump, which gives us ample volume of water as a reserve with a top up. Right there, lovely top up. And we've just finished the exterior layer of plastic on the fish house. Vents are going in, and then we'll have a secure fish house. So yes, should we go and have a look at the plant section?
I think it's worth wrapping up that everything is as per the training. So again, just putting the theory into practice.
Yeah, fantastic. That's a valuable point. Lovely solar system you've put up here, Joe. Yeah, this is supplying the power for the whole system. The whole system at the moment is running on 440 watts of power. We put in a storeroom at the back here for all of the solar components, batteries and things, and also it's fine. And we've got the batteries and inverter in here, 8 kVA unit. So fantastic. The whole system is running on sunshine. Right, now the actual plant section, which is where our biofiltration happens, and nutrient conversion, toxin conversion into nutrient form. Joe, what you got here?
So quite a complex system. Again, you need to have done the training to understand what's going on. Here we've got the OSBR,
Oxidizing solids bioreactor.
we've got the media beds. These are sort of the lungs of the operation. And the water flows from there into the buckets. So now it's all mineralized water into the bucket for the deep water cultures. And then in here, full of nutrients flowing. Yeah, so this makes it easier to plant as opposed to having one sort of whole unit. Makes it more accessible.
Fantastic. And so we've got a variety of greens in here, and we've got some spring onions, and then we've got a whole lot of stuff in the buckets as well. We've got about 180 buckets in the top end there with the media beds in place. So Joe, your broader picture, what are you aiming to do with aquaponics in Zimbabwe?
So one of the benefits of this system is it's a modular. You take a modular approach, right? So we'll expand, but certainly we're looking to provide to the retail sector. We're also looking to provide the hospitality and tourism sector, and to also eventually work with small-scale, sort of hard-to-reach areas, farmers, and sort of bring this technology to the most remote areas of Zimbabwe.
Advantage of aquaponics, it's chemical free, it's lower cost production, it's higher margin production, which means that it's a good business model. It is more biologically complex and it is technical, and so training is absolutely essential. Where do you think the training goes for you in this location?
Where do I think the training goes?
What are you wanting to do with training in Zim?
Well, we want to train locally, so we'd be fortunate enough to have some of our farm manager who's done training in Salem. So we want to start providing local training as well. I guess have a whole community of farmers doing the same thing here in Zimbabwe.
Fantastic.
We believe we can achieve that through yourselves.
Yeah, we partner with you guys and we make sure that it can happen.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, Joe, it's been such a privilege. We've had 2 weeks of a flurry of work, brilliant structure up here, the whole system coming together nicely, and been so satisfying seeing all the plants go in, and now our plants starting to take off in the last couple of days. So
this is what it's all about.
It's all about this, isn't it?
We're happy.
Very, very good, Joe. Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks to you, Martin.
And we wish you all the best for Aqua Harvest by Winford.
Aqua Harvest by Winford in Zimbabwe.
In Zimbabwe.
Coming to your doorstep.
There you go.